Hello and welcome back to another football commentaries live stream tonight. Was supposed to do one yesterday and I did do one throughout the first 20 minutes of the Chelsea-Norwich game. OBS crashed, which, never helps, but it seems like we're going to be okay tonight. I thought he was going to do the same thing when I started streaming. It went red, but it's all green, and we should be all good for the game tonight. Let me just get this sorted, sorry. But yeah, we usually do like notes and everything, but kind of like more of a watch-along kind of stream tonight. Like the way it's going to be, like more conversational. So, you've got 10 minutes from kickoff. Oh no. Okay, we're still good, we're still good. Sorry, this OBS is really doing my head in. I think we're all good and working. If it ever buffers within the stream, please let me know. Like I need to know if it buffers at any time. Seems to be okay though for now. But yeah, if it does buffer, please put in the chat. Or if it ever goes like quality goes or anything, just let me know. But yeah, we're 10 minutes away from kickoff. Another commentary tomorrow. Which I'm going to put in the description actually before I forget. Of Leicester versus Sheffield United. Just put that in the description here. So that should be a very good game. For especially Europe, because I think Wolves won 1-0 as well, so that means both teams need wins, not even just Leicester. Sheffield United do as well. Right, okay, we seem like we're all set and ready. God, that gave me a scare, that OBS, before I thought he was going to go off again. That scared me a little bit, I can't lie. 3-1 Liverpool, which prediction? Arsenal still need the points, technically, because they're still in the run for a European place. No, they're 10th, but they're 4 points off Sheffield Wednesday. And with that loss... Wolves with that Burnley loss. If Arsenal win or draw, then they'll go 9th. Oh, it's actually 1-1. Burnley got a last minute win, a 96th penalty. Wow, that is massive sting for Wolves. That if they win that game, they go 1 point behind United, but now they're 3. And if Sheffield United win, obviously, on Thursday, they can leapfrog Wolves into 6th. If Arsenal win, they can leapfrog Burnley into 9th and be 1 point behind, or 2 points behind Tottenham, and possibly a point behind Sheffield United, obviously, depending on the result that they get. So, that'll be interesting. I did not know they got a 96th minute penalty goal, because Jimenez apparently scored a stunner. I've not seen it, so I can't comment on it. Because obviously, I was watching the City game. But that is massive, that point for Burnley, and the fact that Wolves have dropped 2 points is massive. This makes this game a lot more interesting now for Arsenal if they really want to put a late push for European football. I did not know that they scored that penalty at the end. Mental. Absolutely mental. What? I'll go through the lineups in a minute. Tottenham also won 3-1 as well, so that means they're still plugging along in 7th, 55 points. So if you've got any predictions yourself in the chat, anyone else, put them in. Well, I'll go for the lineups now. and then I'll go through them again right before kick-off. We've got Martinez in goal for Arsenal, Rob Holding and David Luiz and Tierney at the back. They could be going 3 at the back or 4. We'll have to see when the game kicks off of what they're actually going to go for, Arsenal. And then they've got maybe possible wing-backs of Cedric and Saka, and then Torreira and Xhaka in the midfield, and then Pepe, Lacazette and Reece Nelson up front. So it could still be a 3-4-3 with Bellerin, Socrates Papastathopoulos on the bench, with Dani Ceballos, Aubameyang on the bench as well, big name to be dropped to the bench, but obviously FA Cup semi-final on Saturday, so understandable for a few changes from Arteta. Maitland-Niles, who also wants to leave the club, Staffy, Willock and Kolasinac, with the goalkeeper Macy, 6'7", on the bench. For Liverpool, they've got Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Chamberlain, Fabinho and Wijnaldum at the midfield. Obviously, Henderson out for the rest of the season. Salah, Firmino, Mane up top, the usual 3 with Lovren, Keita, Adrian, Minamino, Shaqiri, Origi, Jones, Elliott and Nico Williams making the bench. So they're the lineups. Obviously, it's strange for both teams because they've both got things to play for. Like Arsenal have got Europe to play for, which is hard. They're going to get in there, but they've still got to fight for it. And then you've got Liverpool, who obviously don't have much to play for, but they're still on a great record, so they've kind of still got a motive to play. So it'll be interesting how this game's played off. As you know, Aubameyang starting is a massive indicator for where Arteta sees his plans for this season. Obviously, he's going to go for the FA Cup, which I can see why. But and I know Aubameyang probably played every game from the restart, but it's just going to be a big game, isn't it, in general, to see what this means? Because if Arsenal come into this game, lose, and then they go on and lose the semi-final with resting these players, it's going to be a bad 4 or 5 days for Arsenal. So they're going to have to be careful. They're definitely going to have to be careful. But we'll just have to see. But if you're in the chat, say hello. We'll get conversations going, because this is kind of like a stream that wasn't planned, because obviously I was supposed to do yesterday, but due to technical issues, I had to move on to today. So I do apologise about that if you were there yesterday. It wasn't the greatest thing that could have happened, but it's happened and we move on. So just getting the stream out as well to the Instagram, which is just football commentaries. So I've always got to do this right before kick-off. I'm not just doing it to kill time for kick-off, because I don't want to do it too early. So there we go. Both of us get a good game. I really want a good game. There you go, one more time. And there we go, we're all set and ready for the game. I don't think I need to go. I'll go for the lineups again, but I'll just do the starting 11s, not the subs. So Martinez in goal for Arsenal. Back 3, we're presuming, of Rob Holding, David Luiz and Kieran Tierney, with full-backs, or wing-backs, should I say, of Cedric and Bukayo Saka. 2 midfielders of Lucas Torreira and Granit Xhaka, with Pepe, Pepe, Lacazette, Reece Nelson as their front 3. Then for Liverpool, we've got Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Chamberlain, Fabinho, Wijnaldum, Salah, Firmino and Sadio Mane. They're the lineups for today. Yet, unfortunately, no notes or anything. This stream was not meant to happen, but due to technical issues yesterday, that I was very disappointed about. We've had to shift it over to today, and then obviously do one tomorrow as well. So, and then a video Friday as well. The Football Manager, link in the description. Massive playoff game. If you're not up to date with the series, I won't spoil anything, but yeah, big playoff game. But kickoff will get underway. very, very soon. We've had a guard of honour. Obviously, no minute of silence. Obviously, we had them over the weekend for Jack Charlton, who passed away, a brother of Bobby Charlton, managed Republic of Ireland in, I think it was a World Cup. So I got them quite far, that I recall, after watching the programme. So, rest in peace, Jack Charlton. But obviously, because it's a new round of fixtures, obviously that's not going to happen. But presuming we'll take the knee again in a second. And yeah, we're just going to get into this commentary, and I'm hoping that we get a good game. Hoping for goals. I always say that before a game, just kind of maybe bring some luck, but a lot of the time I don't get that luck, so sometimes I just need to stop asking. We'll make sure you're ready for Friday's video, especially of the Stockport County Football Manager. It's a massive episode. I've not recorded it yet, but I just know it's going to be big because of the game that's going to be involved. We're about to get underway at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal looking more towards the FA Cup. Liverpool looking more towards breaking records. So Chamberlain, obviously back at his old stomping ground, will be the one to kick off. Not quite blown for the start of the game as of yet. Get this timer ready to start. If there's any issues with the stream, please let me know. I need to know if there's any issues at all because of what happened yesterday. So, referee blows, all the players and the staff and officials take the knee. And here we go. Lacazette captain for Arsenal. Chamberlain will kick off, goes to Joe Gomez. Will once again for a long switch to the left, looking for Mane. Keeps it in, heads it onto Cedric's head, and we are underway at the Emirates Stadium. I'll answer that question in a sec. Just need to get this timer going because I will forget. And it is convenient for a timer as the throne's been taken over to Van Dijk on the halfway line for Liverpool. There we go, timer done. Was the Guard of Honour as good as Man City's? I think any Guard of Honour is better than what Man City gave Liverpool. So yeah, it was. Obviously, there's nothing special about a Guard of Honour in terms of what it actually is. But yeah, anything can be better than City's Guard of Honour. As Trent Alexander-Arnold has the ball, switches it over towards Mane, over his head. And Cedric can deal with it and clear. And over towards Robertson on that left, who wins it against Reece Nelson. Mane coming from an offside position and gives a free kick for Arsenal. I want to try and see early if it's a back four or a back three for Arsenal. We'll see them looking like a back four as Tierney has it on the left, goes down the line towards Bukayo Saka. Alongside Chamberlain, needs to manoeuvre away from the English international and finds Torreira, the Uruguayan, inside to Lacazette, inside his own half, back to Torreira, finds Rob Holding. It is a back four, 100% a back four for Arsenal, I'm pretty sure, as David Luiz tries to send a long ball over towards Pepe, who's gone onto the left-hand side, over him out for a throw. Obviously no Aubameyang tonight, but I don't want to speak to it. That has got to be a back four, surely. As Arnold has it, swings it down the line, looking for Chamberlain. I think it comes off his chest, but falls to Kieran Tierney, who hooks it long over, back towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Pressed by Saka, but he'll let it bounce out for a throw. As Saka tried to nick it off him, but the ball had already gone out, and it's Liverpool's throw-in. Trent Alexander-Arnold back in the lineup tonight. Nico Williams did start against Burnley in that 1-1 draw, alongside another youngster of Curtis Jones. He's obviously not in the team as well. It's Chamberlain who takes his spot. As Mane has it and spreads it to Salah out wide, comes inside to Roberto Firmino, switches it to Robertson on the left. Can he find the right cross? Robertson, it's poor, but does deflect over towards Salah, need to be dealt with by Kieran Tierney, and does hook it away to Lacazette, lays it off to Nelson, to his right to Cedric. Cuts back, plays it to Rob Holding. Dinked down the line, looking for Lacazette, but falls to Van Dijk, and he can lay the ball back over towards Alisson. Looks like a poor cross from Robertson then, but it just came off, I think, at the back of a heel of Cedric, and decided to go over towards Mohamed Salah in the box, but he just wasn't quite quick enough to get on it. As Arnold has it, and lovely switch over to Robertson. What a ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it's Robertson who has it, goes inside to Sadio Mane, met by Reece Nelson and Rob Holding, and then them together can win the ball back for Arsenal. Clearance from Cedric, bounces off Mane hits it off Cedric again, And it could be a Liverpool throw, but it might not have actually hit Cedric's chest there like I thought. Obviously, two former Southampton players, former teammates as well at Southampton, Cedric and Sadio Mane coming up together, 1v1. Aubameyang on 20 goals for the season, look for that golden boot, 3 behind Vardy, and Salah's also on 19, 1 behind Aubameyang and 4 behind Vardy. It's obviously a big plus for Salah today for Aubameyang not playing, as Robertson's path back towards Fabinho from the throw-in is poor, and out for an Arsenal throw-in. Goes move the time down there. Cedric takes that throw, gets it back, clears it with the left, scuffs it, and Fabinho can lay it down to Robertson. His clearance goes as far as Torreira. To Xhaka, who hooks it over to Tierney. All much of this play stuck inside the Arsenal half, and they've got it here with Chamberlain. Poor touch from the interception from Tierney, and Arsenal have it back with Xhaka. Great turn, plays it into Lacazette, who finds Saka. He's got Pepe in front of him, and he'll use him and make a run off him. Pepe won't use that run, and he'll find it into Lacazette instead, on the left. Down the line to Saka, gets there ahead of Gomez, crosses it, deflected off Gomez into the hands of Alisson. Couldn't quite keep it out for a corner, so it will be another set play for Arsenal as they do get the corner. Alisson scrambled out to try and avoid the chance of a corner for Arsenal, but couldn't quite get out on time. So it'll be an in-swing, and I think it'll be Reiss Nelson to take, just under 5 minutes in. And it'll be the right foot of Reiss Nelson to swing this in. One arm in the air, replaces the ball. And goes all the way outside the box towards Torreira. He'll dink it towards Cedric, who's made a run inside, and gets it a header cross. Cleared away by Liverpool. It was a good idea from Arsenal, but Liverpool can break with Chamberlain on the right. Cedric's header wasn't quite good enough and couldn't find a man in red as Liverpool come forward with Chamberlain. The counter-attacks had to be halted as they've had to go back to Robertson, and Chamberlain can turn. The attack is still alive, but a poor pass finds Torreira, and he can maybe set off an Arsenal attack. Has to turn back towards Rob Holding, who goes over towards David Luiz. David Luiz has it. Finds Rob Holding. Looking for Lacazette. Poor possession play, but even more poor from Liverpool as they give it to Reiss Nelson. Finds Saka, who's finding himself on this left-hand side alongside Pepe as well as Tierney has it. Nelson, back to Tierney. Down the line looking for Saka. Gomez with his added pace is able to get there first and clear ahead of Saka. Goes long towards Firmino. David Luiz gets there first. And now it's Torreira in the middle of the park for Arsenal. Dinks it looking for an Arsenal man, but he does find Saka after the deflection off a Liverpool man. Tierney over to David Luiz. Good play though from Arsenal on the set piece, playing it from the edge of the box, getting it round the corner and trying to head it back into the box, but the header was stopped as they have lost possession with a switch ball. I think by Holding was a little bit too much on it for Saka to get on the end of. If you are new, please subscribe and like as well, and get involved in the chat if you like. I will answer any questions or any comments. I'll definitely have a look at them. As it will be Trent Alexander-Arnold on the ball from the throw-in. Not quite taking it yet. He's not got much movement, the English international. Does go down the line to Salah. Does chest it down, but Tierney's able to get a foot in and clear it out for another throw-in, which is taken quickly, and Fabinho has it from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back towards Gomez, deep inside the Liverpool half. Goes to Fabinho, which kind of springs off his boot out for an Arsenal throw and tried to get it back to that right-hand side of Arnold. But just, like I said, just sprung off his boot. Not great direction on the pass from the Brazilian. As Tierney throws it to Xhaka, who's just behind him. Back into Tierney, first time pass looking for Saka inside. Won by Fabinho. Wijnaldum to Chamberlain on the far right. That's actually Firmino. His poor pass in the midfield finds Torreira. Finds Tierney, and he pokes it inside, looking in behind for Pepe, too much on it, and Alisson can come and collect and throw very nicely to Robertson. Turns back to Van Dijk. Robertson once again, inside the Liverpool half, they're going to look to break into the Arsenal half of Wijnaldum. Over towards Van Dijk. Gomez into Chamberlain. A high pass to Trent, but he's able to bring it down and curl it around the corner, looking for Chamberlain. Gets there ahead of David Luiz. Can Guat get the crossing though ahead of David Luiz? He gets the foot in and out for a throw in right in that corner flag for Liverpool. Dangerous from the team from Merseyside. Obviously not the only team from Merseyside, but at the minute they're the team who are definitely on top between Liverpool and Everton. Thrown in the box to Firmino, has to hold it up. Tries to find a pass toward Chamberlain, blocked off by Kieran Tierney, and he does concede the corner. And it will be a Liverpool corner to be taken, I think, by Trent Alexander-Arnold, who looks like he'll be the one to cross. Just under 9 minutes in. Still 0-0. Positive start for both teams. Arsenal have had decent possession as they go short to Salah. One more over to Chamberlain. Lays off Arnold again on that right. Crosses it towards the back post. Cedric heads away. On his far is Chamberlain. He tries to nod a header back towards Gomez and does so. Heavy touch, but he's able to poke it back to Chamberlain. 40 yards out from goal. He'll lay it off to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who gets another cross in. Second by the cherry towards Firmino. Flicked behind him to Van Dijk in the box. Try to find space to maybe shoot. Has to pass behind him to Robertson instead. Wijnaldum. Over to Fabinho. Dinks it in the box looking for Mane. Too much on it in the end. Out for a goal kick for Arsenal. Positive though by Liverpool, try to find their way into the box. And it will be Martinez to take the goal kick. David Luiz, Xhaka towards Kieran Tierney. Down the line looking for Pepe, but intercepted by Fabinho. And Trent has it on the ball. Just faces back to Joe Gomez. Virgil van Dijk over to Andy Robertson on the halfway line on the left. See, Liverpool will play patiently. They won't feel the need to rush any attacks because they will wear down this Arsenal defence eventually and hopefully score a goal for their sake. As it's Robertson still on this halfway line to Van Dijk. Joe Gomez. Nice ball into Firmino, who's got a bit of space in midfield. Great tackle from Saka from behind to win the ball back for Arsenal. But intercepted pass by a Liverpool man on Xhaka means Liverpool have the ball back with Robertson. Finds Mane. Tackle from behind. Rob Holding couldn't quite get there ahead of Mane and gives away a foul in a dangerous area for Liverpool. Robertson tried to play in the feet of Mane, but a touch that was a little heavy from Mane, but taken down from behind from Rob Holding to give away the free kick. Poor, really, from the young English centre-back. Obviously, struck with many injuries over the last few years. Dangerous area to get a cross in, maybe. It is on the left-hand side of the box, around 25 to 30 yards out. It's Robertson and Arnold over it. It'll be Robertson to dink it in, looking for, well, no real direction on it to a Liverpool player. Martinez can come and collect quite easily and maybe set off an attack for Arsenal. As he does throw it to Xhaka on this left, has to turn back to Tierney. Back to his goalkeeper. Martinez, his clearance has been blocked by Firmino. Wide of the post. Very fortunate for the Argentine in the goal for Arsenal. We tried to clear it to the right hand side. Took too much time on it. For me, off the post it was. Firmino just jumped in front of it, looking to maybe try and, try and get it in the goal maybe, and he nearly did off the post. Just jumped in the way of it. Came off his, I think, the back of his right leg and nearly put Liverpool 1 goal to the good. What a crazy goal that would have been. As Martinez will take a goal kick very long now compared to the previous kick he tried towards Pepe over the head of him and Arnold, and it will be a Liverpool throw-in inside their own half. Massively got away with that one though. Martinez, that could have been a horrific start for Arsenal because they've not played too badly in the first 13 minutes, so that would have been quite disappointing as the throw-in is flicked on by Chamberlain, only as far as David Luiz. Zips it into Lacazette very heavily, but Xhaka is able to keep it for Arsenal and has it on the halfway line, turns Mo Salah and Firmino and is able to release it to David Luiz. Not many options for David Luiz, has to force it to Rob Holding. Martinez clears it to the left to Tierney. Tries to find first time pass towards maybe Saka or Pepe, but Neither was the target in the end, and it's out for another throw-in for Liverpool. Taken by Arnold to Gomez to Van Dijk. Will he find his way to Robertson? It's Fabinho who will find Robertson and will decide to take on Lacazette and burst forward with the Scotsman inside to Mane, touching, and is taken past Granit Xhaka and falls to the ground as well while he's at it. And Mane finds Firmino, tries to get it back into Mane, but a poor ball from the Brazilian, and Arsenal can come out of it, but Saka gives it away on the left. Gomez takes over and tries to get it down the line towards Mo Salah. Poor directed pass out for a throw-in for Arsenal. Good tempo to the game. A lot of misplaced passes though from both teams. No real team got in a foot on the ball as of yet. Tierney has a throw in for Arsenal. He's got Xhaka, Saka, Pepe, Torreira has options. He's going to take a long throw in down the line, looking for Pepe. Joe Gomez wins the header and Arnold can help it on. Long over the top, looking for Salah. Thankfully for the Arsenal defence, he's offside, and they'll get a free kick from it. And it's taken by David Luiz to Torreira, just inside the Arsenal half, in between the two centre-backs. Holding back to David Luiz, just on the edge of the Arsenal box. Clips it to Cedric on the right. Brings it down and clears it with the left foot, looking towards Reece Nelson. Van Dijk wins the header. And it's cleared over towards the midfield, and he's given a free kick. The referee. I think it's for handball. I'm not really sure what the ref's given here, because it looks like they were going to give an offside in the Liverpool half, and then he headed it into the Arsenal half, and then he's given a free kick in the Arsenal half for maybe a handball. I think that's where the Arsenal players are a little confused why the foul's been given there. So yeah, we're free kick in a dangerous area now in the half, where they could probably get a nice curled ball into the box, maybe looking for Van Dijk. So instead of a free kick inside their own half for Liverpool, they've got one quite deep inside the Arsenal half. Robertson to swing it in, looking for Mane. He's headed away though by an Arsenal defender. Lacazette on the edge of the box, can't clear it, and it falls back to Mane, but a good tackle from the striker. Just needs to get rid, and he's brought down by Van Dijk quite cynically, but I don't think he quite meant it the way it looked anyway. But it'll be a free kick on the edge of the box for Arsenal. Lacazette got away with one, lost it the first time, but then regained it and then won the free kick. So in the end, Lacazette with some okay defending to get away with, giving Liverpool a big chance. As the free kick's been taken quickly by David Luiz, and it's a great ball over the top looking for Reece Nelson. Robertson does get there first though, but Reece Nelson was offside anyway for when the ball was played by David Luiz. But that could be a way through it. How City got through many times against Liverpool over the top, and just through gaps in their defence, through holes that they do leave, but they're obviously confident in their own pace and ability to catch up the Liverpool defenders. As Alisson dinks it to Robertson inside his own half, heads it on down to Mane on the halfway line. Cedric wins it, and Nelson chests it down to Torreira, and he can poke it back towards Rob Holding, and Arsenal have possession of the ball once again. David Luiz, another long ball over the top looking for Reece Nelson again, but way too much on his time by the Brazilian, and he'll go to the other Brazilian inside the Liverpool box, which is Alisson, and it'll be a goal kick for Liverpool in the end. See what David Luiz was trying to do, but way too much power on the pass. There's Van Dijk with a long switch looking for Salah. Is very hopeful, and Tierney can deal with it towards Saka on this left. He's pressured by Chamberlain inside his own box, or inside his own half should I say. Does get it back to Tierney, but another poor clearance, just dribbles out for another Liverpool throw-in on the right. Inside the Liverpool half as well, but goes to Gomez, who's just inside the Liverpool half. Robertson over to Virgil van Dijk, goes for a dinked ball over to Wijnaldum and finds him perfectly, his international teammate. He's got Robertson making a run down the left, won't use him, he's trying to take on Torreira one-on-one, lays it off to Mane on the left. He's got Torreira and Cedric on him, dinks it into Wijnaldum, laid back off towards Robertson. Good play here from Liverpool. Forces it back to Virgil van Dijk. Gomez cuts inside, finds Chamberlain. Ball from Trent Alexander-Arnold is a little short and he's able to be intercepted by an Arsenal man. Just had to slide in to win it. Then he back to Martinez, who dinks it to Pepe, brings it down and hooks it over the head of Chamberlain and Gomez, but the hook was a little too heavy. And Fabinho was able to deal with it, and Gomez has it and finds Arnold down the right and looks for Salah down the line. Tierney does get there first, out for another Liverpool throw-in. Many throw-ins given here for Liverpool and Arsenal, just not being able to keep the ball on the pitch really with their passes. Many misplaced passes causing these throw-ins. As they've taken it, and it's Van Dijk over to Wijnaldum, who's dropped deep for the ball on the left. Just back towards Van Dijk again. No real option for Wijnaldum. He has it back again. Misplaced pass again towards Cedric, and he finds Holding, who lays it off to Martinez. Takes a touch and clears this time. Avoids the jumping figure of Sadio Mane. But Robertson heads it on from the clearance, and it's Firmino on the left. He's got Robertson making a run ahead of him. He'll use him. Robertson pulls it back towards Mane. Fantastic Liverpool goal. Around 8 yards out, Mane was able to get on the end of a Robertson cross. The two players patrolling the left-hand side of Liverpool link up for the goal. And it's a fantastic goal in the end to put Liverpool 1-0 up at the Emirates. Nicely won header by Robertson against Cedric. Cedric couldn't recover. Firmino got it down the line to Robertson. Swivels and he's able to cross it to Sadio Mane. And within an 8-yard space between him and the goal, he's able to slot it past Emi Martinez. And it's a fantastic first 20 minutes for Liverpool as they've taken the lead. Change that scoreline to Arsenal 1, Arsenal 0, Liverpool 1. As we have restarted with Lacazette back to David Luiz towards Rob Holding. He sends it long over the top, looking for Reiss Nelson, who's going to get there first, and he's in behind, onside. Reiss Nelson, pulls it back towards Lacazette. Poor choice of what to do there by Reiss Nelson, and Gomez can switch it to Mane on the left for a counter-attack. It's a great ball from Joe Gomez, and from possibly scoring, they could go to conceding. Mane on the left curls it towards the far right-hand side of the goal, saved by Martinez, rolls it to Xhaka, out to Saka. And Xhaka, poor touch from Xhaka, and he gives it to Firmino around 25 yards away from goal. And it's Arnold who joined the attack, down the line to Firmino as they complete a 1-2. Firmino to Chamberlain just inside the box, on the right, tries to get a crossing, blocked by Tierney, only as far as Salah, who takes a touch. Obviously deflects off an Arsenal defender, and he's out for a corner, but what a chance from the kickoff. Holding finds a fantastic ball in behind to Reiss Nelson. I think he may have just been offside there. I think the linesman got that wrong. But tried to find Lacazette across when he could have probably had a shot. But promising signs from Arsenal getting behind, but did look like he may have been offside, Reiss Nelson. But obviously would have been checked in further detail if anything came from that goal. As Arnold takes the corner, it's an outswinger looking towards Van Dijk. He wins the header. Tame header it was. And Emi Martinez can gather comfortably for Arsenal. If you are new here, please subscribe. Try to get to 400 subscribers, in the next couple of weeks, hopefully. That'll be a big achievement. As David Luiz has it towards Saka, gets it to Tierney, avoids the lunging leg of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Tierney tries to go down the line. Pepe way offside, so he has to leave it and just trickles all the way towards the corner flag, where Alisson comes out of his goal to collect the ball for Liverpool, and they do keep the ball in and try and mount another attack, starting from the back with Joe Gomez. Inside to Gini Wijnaldum. Arnold, first time switch looking for Mane, leaves it for Robertson on the halfway. Inside to Mane. He's going to look to run at the defence of Arsenal. He's got Firmino peeling off him to the left. Actually Chamberlain in the box. Left-footed cross blocked by David Luiz. Out for, I think, for another corner. There's Chamberlain in the Firmino position. That's why I got them mixed up there. Just peeled off the centre-back there of David Luiz, Chamberlain. Because Firmino had dropped very deep looking for the ball. So Chamberlain's used that to maybe use that as a decoy to make his own run. But they've gained a corner from it in the end. Whoever has subscribed, by the way, thank you very much. I have seen that. I have game one there. Whoever it was, if you want to say it was you in the chat, I can thank you more personally than you can do. But whoever it was, thank you very much. So we've got a corner on the opposite side. Will it be taken by Arnold again, or will it be a left footer? With Robertson to take. Dangerous ball. David Luiz wins the header on Firmino. Still in the air in the box, and Mane's header way wide of the post. And out for a Arsenal goal kick in the end. Really sprung into life, though, the game in the last 4 minutes or so since that goal. Especially the attack straight from kickoff by Arsenal, as we have got the drinks break. And another like, and whoever liked as well, obviously, massive thank you to you as well. Helps get the stream out there more. Obviously, with all these watch-alongs happening during these lockdowns, as I go on my subscription, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, and they don't do like what I want to do in terms of commentary. So it is obviously hard to get the channel out there when there's that many watch-alongs at once. But if you are here, thank you very much. I do very much appreciate it. But yeah, I've just got the drinks break. But like I said, I think it's been a fantastic game, so I've really enjoyed it. You know, Arsenal aren't holding back or anything. They want to go for the game if they can. But had to give in a few instructions to his players. Obviously, got bigger things in mind. Does Mikel Arteta. FA Cup semi-final against Guardiola at the weekend. For the second time, he faces his former colleagues in Manchester City. Obviously, it was the first game of the restart, which was against City at the Etihad, where they lost 3-0. Obviously, more well known for the horrific errors of David Luiz. But I think he's bounced back stronger, David Luiz. He's put in some good performances since then for Arsenal. Obviously, wasn't helped by Kolasinac at the weekend when he was given the ball as a pass back, but was caught on his feet cold. David Luiz obviously went to the Heung-min Son goal as he has the ball and lifts it towards Pepe as we've restarted. Trent gets on the end of it and Fabinho hooks it behind him, looking for Salah, lays it off to Firmino. He's got space in behind. On the edge of the box, goes to his left to Mane. He's got Robertson overlapping, won't use him. Just right on the corner of the box, Mane switches it to Arnold on the right. Just has to turn back towards Joe Gomez on the halfway to keep the ball for Liverpool. Wijnaldum inside to Mane in the Arsenal half, trying to get into their final third in the dangerous territory. Robertson outside of the foot pass towards Firmino, brings it down, tries to poke it back in towards Robertson. Dealt with only as far as Chamberlain on the edge of the box. Into Arnold, outside of the foot, a foot cross. I can say boot, but then I said foot as well. Cross looking for Salah in the middle. Nearly got there as well. There for Liverpool, winning a fantastic assist by Trent. As Arsenal play out from the back with Luiz in the box, pressed by Chamberlain, but gets it to Tierney. Down the line towards Saka, Arnold gets there first. And Fabinho has it, and another counter-attack is on. Chamberlain towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. Way too much on it, and Tierney's able to deal with it nicely. It's out for another Arsenal goal kick. Oh, sorry, I just elbowed the desk. Arsenal do need to be careful here when they're playing out from the back because they are getting pinned in badly and they can't really get out their own half. So they're going to have to be careful how often they try this. Because at one point they might have to just go long just to push players up the pitch. As Tierney sends it long only as far as Van Dijk. There's no outlet up there for Arsenal. Fabinho has it to Gomez. To Arnold. Inside the Arsenal half, just has to go back to Van Dijk. It's a lifted ball, so he has to just nod it back to Alisson. Yeah, thank you to everyone who is here, choosing to watch this stream and this commentary. Means a lot. As Alisson dinks it to Robertson on the left. Obviously, he got the assist for the Mane goal that separates the two sides. Fabinho, inside the Liverpool half, lays it off to Mane. Pulled back by, I think it was Cedric. You can see his fault for the goal because he lost the header to Robertson, which kick-started the attack and then couldn't recover. So he'll have to prove himself even more within this game as a free kick's been taken. And what a ball over to Robertson. I think it was by Van Dijk who took the free kick. And Robertson inside to Firmino on the edge of the box. Goes behind to Wijnaldum, lays it off to Chamberlain. Strikes from around 20 yards out. Deflected into Salah in the box, offside though in the end. The Egyptian. It's a free kick for Arsenal from the offside. Looking to score against his former club there. Chamberlain pulled the trigger, but Xhaka threw himself at it to stop the ball from being goal bound. But yeah, if you are new, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, because apparently that's 75% of the people who watch these videos and streams aren't subscribed, so need to try and change those percentages. As try to play out from the back has failed once again, and Wijnaldum's picked it up to Robertson. Mane had the ball but was dispossessed, but fortunately for Liverpool it fell to Robertson. Gets it inside to Wijnaldum, takes over from the Scotsman and goes over to Joe Gomez at the centre-back role. Commentary as well. Tomorrow, Leicester versus Sheffield United. It'll be more in-depth commentary. I'll have loads of notes. Was meant to do Chelsea-Norwich yesterday with loads of notes made, and they went to waste as OBS crashed on me. But this is more of just a freestyle kind of conversational commentary as Alisson sends it to the left to Robertson. He doesn't win the header on Cedric this time, and it does fall to Torreira. Finds Nelson. Cedric. He's going to look for a switch to the left, looking for Pepe. Arnold gets there first, pokes it over all the way to the right-hand side of Arsenal's, the left-hand side of Liverpool's, for a throw-in the corner flag. We had notes done and everything for the Chelsea-Norwich game. It took me about 3 hours, and then OBS crashes. So this wasn't a planned stream. This wasn't planned, but it's going well, and I'm enjoying it. And I'll show you the notes I do for games at half-time if you're interested. Lacazette to Cedric from the throw, dispossessed already by Wijnaldum, way too easy, and it's cleared by Liverpool. It's Mane who's dropped deep for it. Tackle from behind from Lacazette, but won the ball fairly. And referee got the right decision. Found Xhaka, has poked it in behind, looking for Reece Nelson. Robertson slides in, I think, kicks it off Reece Nelson's knee. Good defending from the left back. And it's out for a Liverpool goal kick. But yeah, I usually have notes done, and I've literally got none because obviously this was not a prepared stream. That's why I'm not using stats or saying stats, because I do usually have them in front of me. But yeah, it's just frustrating. But oh well. But yeah, please subscribe. It does help the channel massively just to grow. As Arsenal already have it in their own goal, I'm not sure how that's happened. Must have been a long ball from Alisson, found its way to the Arsenal goalkeeper. They're playing out from the back. It's holding right, pushed back towards the byline, and Cedric's pressured by Wijnaldum, bounces off one foot onto the other and out for a throw-in again. Liverpool, easy possession game for them, so deep inside the Arsenal half. It is becoming way too easy for Liverpool to push up the field, invite extra pressure. It's Mane. Poor pass. I don't know where he's aiming that backwards, and he's got Pepe ahead of him. Nelson to Pepe. One-on-one with Joe Gomez with Fabinho. Fabinho gets a foot in, slows down Pepe. He's got men in support now, but also men behind the ball to defend for Liverpool. He's got it to Cedric in the end. Torreira in behind for Lacazette, looks offside. The Frenchman will strike it, clatters off the post, but offside, says the linesman, and I think it was rightly so. Did look offside to me. We'll have a look at the replay. Torreira, yeah, about 2-3 yards offside there, Lacazette. Poor timed run from the captain tonight for Arsenal instead of Aubameyang, who is on the bench. So Liverpool have the ball again with Van Dijk. Pressured by Reece Nelson. He finds Lacazette. Rounds the goalkeeper. And it's 1-1. Van Dijk caught cold. He's complaining to the ref, saying it should have been a foul. But Van Dijk has been off in the last few games, and he showed it once again. Was pressed by Nelson. He's saying he was fouled in the build-up, saying the press from Nelson was a foul. Too composed on the ball. And that is not a foul, no way. Tried to poke it to Alisson or Fabinho in panic. No way, that's a foul. So soft, Van Dijk. Get a grip, man. As Lacazette rounds the keeper as he intercepts that very, very, very poor ball from Van Dijk. It's a lifeline for Arsenal that they've been given, but they have taken. No way on earth is that a foul. Van Dijk, man, come on. Just because you might be the best centre-back in the world does not mean you're untouchable. 1-1. So that's really wound me up, that. It's like nowhere near a foul. Just because he's messed up and can't take it. Tries to blame the ref and all that. It's like shocking, but we are 1-1 here. Very unexpected event to happen for Van Dijk to lose the ball, as he seems to be, flawed. People seem that's just not a thing for Van Dijk, but we've seen a flaw there of him just being way too composed in the ball. And Arsenal are breaking once again with Xhaka. He's got Fabinho in front of him. He has to try and manoeuvre the ball past him. He does find Cedric on the right. Puts a Tasty crossing, looking towards Lacazette and Saka, but Alisson comes out and collects. And it was Arsenal's first attempt, but Chamberlain will lead an attack for Liverpool. It's Arnold who uses down the right, gets into Firmino, inside to Chamberlain, running at the defence, gets it to Wijnaldum. Robertson's in space down the left. Back inside the middle to Chamberlain. It's a heavy ball looking for Robertson down the left, but he does get on the end of it and he's taken down. Advantage played as Robertson was able to get it to Wijnaldum in the box. Lays it off to Salah, heavy touch. Poked away by Tierney to Van Dijk. Chamberlain has it. All the way back to Gomez. All inside the Arsenal half. Every outfield player for both sets of teams. Chamberlain. Back towards Van Dijk. Seems to have calmed down now. The Arsenal pressure. But Fabinho again. Poor ball. Right into Pepe. And he's running one-on-one with Gomez. On his stronger side of the left foot. Poor dribbling. Took too many touches. And Gomez was able to win it back and clip it down the line. Only as far as Torreira. And Saka takes over. Heavy touch, but finds him still as it cannons off Fabinho back in the track of Bukayo Saka. But his heavy touch means he has to foul Arnold to try and get back on the ball. And it's a free kick for Liverpool in the end. Certain just like just sections of high energy in the game. It's making it interesting. Settles down and it simmers, and then just all of a sudden an explosion of energy from both teams and counter-attacks get going, and it's an exciting game as Van Dijk goes for an audacious switch down the right looking for Salah. Tierney wins his header and Saka can help it on down the line towards Pepe. Wins his header on Arnold but only as far as Firmino, and he goes to Chamberlain. Can't get control of the ball, just too far ahead of him, and Cedric has it back for Arsenal. Hold him. Martinez. Clearance straight to Saka and tries to dink it over the head of Wijnaldum. Clipped by Wijnaldum from behind. And concedes a free kick. The Dutch international on the youngster. But Van Dijk caught cold, like I said. Just not ready for the press and then tried to blame the referee, saying that he got fouled when it clearly wasn't a foul. It was well won by Reiss Nelson. And it was a good job, well, good pressure from Reiss Nelson. It was a good job. Lacazette was on his toes to intercept the pass back towards Alisson. As Chamberlain's won it back for Liverpool here. And they've got it down the line to Sadio Mane. One-on-one with Cedric. I fancy Mane here as he gets a ball across towards Salah. Tries to direct it with his head, but instead heads it away to Saka, and he is fouled from behind by Mo Salah for a free kick. And again, the Liverpool attack is just calmed down by the Arsenal defence. Tried to head it towards goal, obviously Salah, but he's ended up, I think, just skimming off his head over to the edge of the box, and Saka gets there ahead of him and is brought down by Salah. So wins the free kick for his team, Saka, just to relieve a little bit of the pressure that was on Arsenal at that time. Martinez to take the free kick. Has been a lively game so far. And he goes long with his goal kick towards Pepe. Challenges with Gomez. He wins it. Gomez on towards Chamberlain. As far as Torreira, who hooks it towards Lacazette. He's able to bring it down and look for Pepe in behind. Intercepted by Joe Gomez. And he finds Salah down the right. And forces it back to Arnold. Can't get it under control. Goes under his foot. And inside the Liverpool half, Arsenal win a throw-in. Possession has been very sloppy though from both sides in this game. I'd like to know how many times each team has lost possession of the ball. As the throw-in goes back towards David Luiz inside his own half. Quite negative that from Arsenal, forcing their own throw-in in halfway inside the Liverpool half back to their own half as Rob Holding as it looks for Reiss Nelson over the top of the Liverpool defence. Caught by Alisson. The ball, too much on it again. I think he's offside, Nelson anyway, so I don't think it would have made much difference. But it is a 3 at the back for Arsenal for sure. Saka's playing as a wing back on that left as Chamberlain does have it into Firmino. Gets it over to Mane on the left. Beats Nelson to it and gets it to Robertson, who's been dangerous down that left throughout the whole of the first half. Gets it to Wijnaldum on the edge of the box. Gets it to Robertson. Crosses. Robertson Holding had to go down low to head it away out for a corner for a Liverpool. Dangerous from Liverpool, looking to maybe get back ahead before half-time. We've hit the 38th minute. So it'll be something Liverpool will be looking to do. Corner taken on the left-hand side by Robertson. So be an outswinger. Robertson, deep back post looking for Mane. Wins his header. No precision on it. Or accuracy. And out for a goal kick for Arsenal. Maybe a free kick in the box. I'll see. It looks like there was a push by someone and he's ended up on the ground. But I think it'll just be a goal kick. No, it's actually Cedric going down injured. But I think he'll be okay to carry on. It's his face actually he's holding. I don't know if there's blood there. There's no blood, but he may have just been caught in the face. I can't see any blood. But it looks like Cedric's been caught here. Can definitely feel it. He's back on his feet and the play will continue. But make sure tomorrow's commentary you are here. It's a massive game for Europe. Huge. It's Leicester versus Sheffield United. It's a must win for both teams. So one team's going to be left bitterly disappointed, or they could both be left disappointed if they share the spoils in that game. Martinez has took the goal kick long towards Pepe. Gomez wins his header wrong as far as Torreira, who heads it on to Fabinho. It's like a game of tennis there. Back to Torreira. He gets it down to Saka and forced back towards Tierney to keep the ball for Arsenal. Good play from Bukayo Saka. Holding. Left-footed clearance down the right-hand side, looking for Nelson. Van Dijk is there ahead of him in the end, and he's able to successfully get it back to Alisson in the end, and he dinks it over towards the Dutchman. Great play from the goalkeeper Alisson, so cool under pressure. And Robertson has it. He's going to look for a switch, can't quite do so. Torreira does block in on the halfway line. Liverpool have a throw in on the left. Robertson finding his way from the halfway line, right inside the Arsenal half. Got a few yards on the referee there as the throw-in's found. Firmino knocks for Chamberlain down the left. Attempts a cross, blocked once again by Cedric, but must have gone back off Chamberlain for a goal kick. So good defending from the Portuguese. Seville gets a cross in. Yeah, bounces back off Chamberlain. And out for a goal kick. Good defending. Obviously, great move from Chamberlain to move from the Emirates to Anfield, winning the Champions League and a Premier League in the process. And 2 Champions League finals. I know they didn't win one of them, but still 2 great achievements for Oxlade-Chamberlain. Martinez takes the goal kick once again. To that left. Doesn't find Pepe at all. So Gomez has an easy free header to head it forward for Liverpool. Looking for Firmino. Hooked away by Torreira. As far as Liverpool throw inside the Arsenal half. Not long till kick-off. Can Arsenal just hold on? And maybe go in at 1-1. Or could even maybe nick a goal on the counter-attack for 2-1. Just have to see how this half goes. Throwing down the line towards Salah. He's able to keep it. Back to Arnold. First time crossword ball to Robertson. What a pass. Robertson brings it down beautifully as well. Looking for Wijnaldum inside. It is blocked and can be brought out by Holding. But a poor pass from Holding. Finds Firmino. Lays it off to Salah on the right side of the box. Gets a shot away. Blocked. Falls to Holding on the edge. And he's fouled by Sadio Mane. And a free kick for Arsenal. Holding has got away with that one massively. Try to bring it out confidently, Holding, which you can't deny in terms of his confidence. You know, great to see him do that, but took one heavy touch. Fabinho was able to intercept and nearly led to a Liverpool goal there. Salah tried to get onto his left foot and shoe, but was blocked. And then Holding got on the seconds as Mane's gone for a kick out on Holding there. I don't know if VAR will check that, but he's gone for a kick out on Holding. And Holding's kind of just stood there like, what are you doing, Sadio Mane? But I don't think they've checked it. Did seem like to be a bit of a kick out. I don't think he even made contact with Rob Holding, but definitely was wound up by that Sadio Mane when he was the one who gave away the foul. Martinez takes a long kick to the right to absolutely no one. Out for a throw-in for Liverpool on the left-hand side. His intended target was Nelson there, but we just got nowhere near him in the end. 43rd minute we are at. It's still 1-1 at the Emirates. A goal from Sadio Mane and Lacazette. As Robertson throws it back towards Alisson, a poor ball from Alisson. Lacazette can once again pounce and lays it into Nelson in the box, strikes it into the bottom left corner, and 2 horrific mistakes from Liverpool have meant Arsenal have flipped this game around and they're in the lead before half-time. I did say, could Arsenal go in at 2-1 if they are gifted another chance, and they have been there. Arsenal have looked the team who have been ropey, try to play out from the back. But the 2 times Liverpool have done it, they've lost it and gave Arsenal goals. Lacazette are the ones who's pounced again, but instead of being the goal scorer, he turns provider. Good pressing from Nelson again, who caused the error. Lacazette pounced on it, got it back to Nelson in the end, and lays it into that bottom left corner from around 10 yards out. It's a fantastic finish, and against all the odds, Arsenal have the lead. Alisson won't be happy with himself. The 2 main players in that back line of Liverpool, Van Dijk and Alisson, are the 2 that have made mistakes. Obviously, I mean that in terms of a defensive point of view. Attacking, obviously, Robertson and Trent are huge in that back line for Liverpool. As Robertson has the ball on the left from the kickoff. Inside to Firmino in the box. Looks for Mane on the edge. One more towards Chamberlain. He strikes it. Easy save for Martinez in the end. But Lacazette and Reece Nelson are the reason why Arsenal are in the lead. Great pressing from both, and they've both been rewarded with goals in this game so far. But we're about to hit the 45th minute. We'll have added on time, and then we should have a half-time where Arsenal, hopefully for themselves, will hold out for 2-1 to go in at half-time and maybe reset and just have a think of what they need to do to defend this lead. As a long kick from Martinez finds Pepe right in the corner flag. He's been able to force Gomez to clear. And it's a poor clearance, and it's Saka to Pepe. Van Xhaka on the edge of the box, dinks it towards Saka. Onside, is he? He pulls it across goal. No one there in the box to defend it. Oh, to attack it, sorry. But he was offside, Saka, but he wasn't to know. So he did put the ball in the box. He was dangerous, but no one committed for Arsenal. But very positive for Arteta, especially when they've got Manchester City at Wembley in the week. At the weekend. As Alisson sends it along towards Salah, flicks it on as far as Louise. 2 shots for Arsenal, 2 goals for Arsenal. As Arnold has it back from Arsenal and switches it to Robertson. Way too much on it, skims off his head and out for a throw-in. And Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp could not look less pleased with his performance. Liverpool have been okay on the ball in terms of the attacking, but defensively the errors they've made for the goals have been shocking. And they're probably from the 2 players you'll probably trust the most in this Liverpool team to not make errors. But you've got to respect the pressing from Arsenal to create the errors because, you know, without the pressing, the errors don't happen. 2 minutes are added on and we've played 1:20 of it. So it looks like Arsenal should be going in at half-time 2-1, which will be a fantastic start to this game halfway through. Cedric's throw-in is found by Mane. And he's pulled down by Lacazette as he tries to win the ball back for Arsenal. Fabinho takes it quickly for Van Dijk. Back to the left to Robertson. They've got 10 seconds to try and maybe get one last attack. And they've got it down the line to Mane. Met by Rob Holding and he wins it nicely, number 16. And a foul has been given on Rob Holding as he was pulled back by Sadio Mane. Good defending from the young Englishman. And it looks like he's got his team going in 2-1 up at half-time. Great performance by Arsenal so far. They've done what they've needed to do. Smiles on the faces of Holding and Mane as they've been having a little battle between themselves during this first half. Martinez will take the free kick they won. Down the line, looking for Nelson, but half-time has been given by the referee and it ends 2-1 to Arsenal come the half-time break. And what a half of football we just had there. Very exciting from both teams. A surprised lead, you could say, as well, for Arsenal, but you can't say they don't deserve it. They've pressed Liverpool in the most dangerous areas, causing them to make mistakes, and those mistakes they've pounced on, so you can't really have too much against what Arsenal have done this half. They did concede to a great goal from Mane. Good work down the left with Robertson. But as it stands, Arsenal are in the lead in terms of a European push in the Premier League. This will do them massive, will give them massive steps forward. If they win this game, they will go to 9th, 2 points ahead of Burnley in 10th, 1 point behind Sheffield United in 8th, who have still got to play their game, their 36th game. They'll be 4 points behind Tottenham in 7th as well, 5 points behind Wolves in 6th, and obviously 8 ahead of Manchester United, who have got to play tomorrow as well. I always like to mention it in my halftime streams, in case any of you are interested, but I'm having a shocking fantasy league week today. Alisson 0 points because of their mistakes. Van Dijk 0 points because of his mistake. Aspilicueta's got 9 for me. Doherty's got 4, which is good. Willian 3. Mahrez only got 1 because he didn't even start. And then De Bruyne on 0 as he didn't even come on. But I've got the vice captain of Bruno Fernandes, who hopefully can do wonders. Jimenez is on the bench for me. I've just had a poor weekend so far, a poor game week so far to say the least. But it is half time and it is 2-1. And Arsenal need to hold on to this if they want to challenge Europe, or challenge for Europe for the end of the season. And I'll do a social media check as well. I always like doing social media checks for the memes. I love a good football meme. See if there's anything. But if you're in the chat, if you want to say anything, let me know and we can have a discussion. We've got 15 minutes to do it, so might as well fill the time. Nothing really being said about the 2 mistakes from Liverpool. The only thing they're really talking about is the fact that Chamberlain got a guard of honour, obviously at the Emirates, which I kind of forgot about, to be fair. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm very, very surprised at this scoreline, especially when Liverpool went 1-0 up. I thought, well, to be fair, I thought it would be an even game, but I didn't think Arsenal would be able to get back in it so quickly, and to be leading at half time as well. I definitely didn't expect that. But thank you to everyone who is here, staying at half time. Because obviously I know people like to leave at half time and then come back for the second half, which, I get. I'd probably do the same. But tomorrow also as well, massive upload for the Stockport County series Football Manager. Link is in the description to the playlist, but it's the last episode of the first season. Massive episode, so don't miss it. But yeah, look at these watch-alongs. 8.1k for Mark Goldbridge, 39k for AFTV. Obviously, they've been a little bit in the headlines this week due to certain issues. I'm not going to go into them. Don't want to. If you don't know what they are, have a look yourself. Thogden as well, 3.4k. It's just mental how many views watch-alongs get. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But yeah, commentary tomorrow. I'm actually gonna get that on the stream if I can. Don't know where I'm gonna put it, but it is in the description as well. The next commentary, just in case you miss it. But should be a good commentary tomorrow. It's earlier. It's going to be at an earlier time. Ignore the text on the stream. I know it's there. Look at the look at the writing across the screen. Jesus. Get that much smaller as it's not over my face. I just said it's an early kickoff and I go and put 8 o'clock. God. I'll change that, don't worry. What is the time? I don't know when to start the stream. When should I start the stream? I just can't believe Van Dijk tried to claim that was a foul on him from Reece Nelson when he was pressing. That was ridiculous. That game starts at 6, so I'll start the stream at 10 to 6. So 5:50 p.m. UK time. But we're not far away from the next half. Nelson with a great finish. If you can try and see the goals on at half time now, if you put on YouTube, I'm sure they'll be somewhere. Have a look. Good goals. All 3 were decent goals, to be fair. Lacazette, good composure to round Alisson. Nelson with a nice finish to get it past Alisson from his mistake. Mane's goal was great. Good link up with him and Robertson on the left. This game's been good. 3 goals so far. Good spectacle. I've got my notes. I'll show you actually. I'll show you inside the football commentaries live streams. I'll get my OBS up. Here we go. So this is how it is. So I do this. I do show these a lot because this is what I usually have. It's like a head-to-head. So like league position, league form, last game, how many they played, how many they scored in the league, conceded, top assist, all that, and then head-to-head, the managers. So this is what I usually have in front of me, because obviously what happened yesterday, that has had to change, so I don't have anything in front of me. And then this is the head-to-head. I've only done one half. I'm going to do the next half tomorrow. And it's there. If you can just have a look at that. Where am I going here? There. So I had to do a predicted lineup for Leicester, so I've gone for a 4-1-4-1, but obviously I made it into a 4-3-3, but that would be the holding midfielder. And the subs down here as well. So a lot of effort goes into these. So I just want, I don't just rock up lazy and then just talk about a game. I actually put effort into it. Like these watch-alongs, you just literally sit there and watch the stream, watch the game. Because I timed myself as well, how long it took me to do the notes. That first sheet showed you 46 minutes, and then the second one, the Leicester squad, was 50 minutes. And the Sheffield United team has to be done as well, so that'll take another 50 minutes. So it's like, if around that, it's about 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the end. So it is worth it though, because it does help me. Massively when it comes to referring to notes. Because obviously that's why I've used no stats tonight, because I don't have any to use. It's 2 seconds, literally. I will still be here. I'm just going to turn my webcam on. I just want to drink. I have one of the Leavers mug. It's got on my primary school, so just in case you can see it, I don't want you to see it. But yeah, stream, so it's going to be massive. I know this game's big, because Liverpool want to break records. Arsenal need a win for the weekend. They need points for the European charge as well come the end of the season. But tomorrow, if Sheffield win, they're right in for Champions League still, borderline 5th in Europa League guaranteed. And if Leicester lose, man, that I think if Leicester lose tomorrow, I don't think they'll get Champions League. I don't think they will. Even if Leicester and Manchester United both lose their games tomorrow, I don't think Leicester have to try and get some kind of advantage on United, because when it comes to that game at the King Power last day of the season and they're both on level points, on form, you'd have to fancy United. But again, anything can happen, so you just don't know. But that's going to be such a big game, man. I'm very excited for that and to commentate on it. Very, very excited. We will be kicking off the second half very soon. But I'm glad this game has been exciting. Because, when it gets to this part of the season, the games start to become a little slower and teams aren't quite on it. Because, to be fair, the amount of misplaced passes that have been in this game has been ridiculous on a different level. So many throw-ins from misplaced passes, so many losses of possession. But in terms of when they're on it and they're attacking, it's quick-paced attacks, which is good. With 2 games to go as well, if Liverpool lose this game, they cannot break Manchester City's point record. If they lose, if they draw, I think it will be on if they win then 2 games. And so if they have to win to be able to beat the City record. The best they can do if they lose, the best thing they can do if they draw is to level the Manchester City points that they got in 17-18 season with that Jesus last minute winner against Southampton to gain that 100 points. So it's a must win for Liverpool if they want to be breaking that kind of record. But because what a record to break if they were to break any come the end of the season. That's one I'd want to break anyway. Yeah, we are very, very close to the second half getting underway. About 2-3 minutes. If you're in the chat and you got any questions or anything to say, please put it in now. Might as well, we've got a bit of time. Players are coming back out now for the second half. Liverpool the first out. Arsenal just going to be trailing behind them, I think. Got to get the timer ready as well. The second half is going to be getting underway soon. Here come the rest of the Liverpool squad anyway. Arsenal will be to follow. But I think Klopp and the Liverpool squad will know about the record that they can break with the points. So I definitely think they'll want to break it. So I think they'll be coming all guns blazing to get the win here. And to be fair, they just haven't been good enough really, Liverpool, since winning the league. I know they've won twice. Against Brighton they were alright. Brighton did play well in that game as well. And but against Burnley and Manchester City, not really great from Liverpool really, if you think about it. Here we come. Arsenal players coming back out. I don't think there's going to be any subs being made by either team. What position do you think City and Liverpool have to strengthen? Liverpool, I think they need more depth than anything all around the pitch. I think left back they need like a backup. Not a new right left back, the backup. Thinking midfield, I think they just need a star midfielder, I think, to take them to another level, and the front three I think are alright. I know Firmino hasn't scored at home in the league, but what he brings in terms of how they play is I think is good enough. And for City, centre back, left back, maybe another winger, as backup midfielder as well, kind of all over the pitch really. As we have kicked off for this second half, Arsenal gets underway. Luiz sends it long towards Pepe, wins his header down towards Saka. Chamberlain gets there first and out for a throw-in for Arsenal as we restart this second half. So we've got the timer underway. And And Arsenal already give a foul away with the ball as Torreira has already been booked. Well, no, about being booked now. I meant already booked within the first 30 seconds of the second half, and I've just put first half. There we go. Yeah, City apparently have come with an agreement for someone called Ferran Torres, Valencia young winger. Don't know if he could do like a Bernardo Silva and play like centre mid as well, but he's definitely a winger and he'd be a good signing, I think. So yeah. But Liverpool just need more depth than anything. As Gomez takes a free kick and just gets it past Lacazette over to Van Dijk. Nearly another mistake costing Liverpool a goal as Alisson has it on the edge of his box. Tries to clear it back to Van Dijk, out for a throw for Arsenal. Very, very edgy from Liverpool in this game in terms of playing out from the back end. Klopp isn't liking what he's seeing. They're throwing with Cedric on the right-hand side. Down the line looking for Reece Nelson. Robertson gets there first, clears it out for another throw-in. Similar area for Arsenal. Taking his time, Cedric, to take the throw. And does so down the line once again towards Nelson. He gets there first. Swings the ball into the box. Easy catch for Alisson. And Liverpool could try and start a counter-attack if they can. But Alisson will instead take his time and just roll it to Joe Gomez. He brings it out and goes behind him to Virgil van Dijk. Sprays it very nicely to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Met by Saka. Tackles Saka. And it's a foul by Arnold. Yellow card straight out by the referee. I don't know how high that boot was from Arnold, but did lift it after his heavy touch. Arnold, heavy touch off the chest. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Let's have a look on the replay. Just catches the ankle of Bukayo Saka there. I don't think it's anything more than a yellow. Obviously, Arteta very animated on the sideline. Very passionate, gets a lot of that off Pep Guardiola, and you can definitely see how he's been working on the Guardiola for the last 3.5 years. David Luiz takes it and curls a nice ball looking for Pepe, headed down by Gomez, only as far as Saka. Brushes off his thigh and goes behind his Tierney, but apparently that brush wasn't off his thigh, but in fact off his hand, and a free kick's been given for Liverpool. They take it. Dangerous though from Arnold. Studs up on the leg of Saka, and that'll cause more debate if that should have been a yellow. I mean, if that should have been a red. They'll have to look more into it as Nelson's offside on the right-hand side as Arsenal obviously won the ball back. Couldn't quite see what happened with the play there as the TV decided to go through the replays of the foul. But Liverpool have still got it though with Fabinho inside his own box, gets it to the right to Joe Gomez. He goes for a switch looking for Robertson. What a ball it is, straight to his feet. He gets inside to Roberto Firmino. Loads it to Sadio Mane on the left. One-on-one with Rob Holding. Can he get across? And he does so in the box. Xhaka has to head it on as far as Arnold, who strikes it right against Salah, but straight back to Arnold, who gets it across the box, cleared away to Robertson. Strikes. Bodies flying around. Salah gets the last shot away. Blocked. And out for a corner. That was a mental scene of events. Mane dinks it in. Xhaka headed it all the way over to Arnold. Hits it off Salah. Gets it across goal again. Away from Luiz always far. Robertson who hits it twice. Deflected about 3 times as it fell to Salah from 6 yards out. And his shot was eventually blocked out for a corner. As Arnold swings it in. It's a lovely ball. Headed away by Xhaka. And he gets it to Pepe on the edge of the box. Has to hold off Pepe. But a good tackle from Salah to nick the ball from the Ivorian. And it's back with Gomez. Just inside the Liverpool half. Gets it out towards Salah once again in behind. Can't quite find him. Does fall to Fabinho, the clearance. Pokes it to Wijnaldum. Finds Van Dijk on the halfway and over to Robertson on the left. Whoever liked, thank you very much. If you are not subscribed, please do. It's very simple and it just helps me out massively. I try not to ask much each stream, but it does help me massively if you do subscribe. With Salah on the ball for Liverpool. Back to Gomez. Finds Van Dijk. Wijnaldum. To Robertson. Wijnaldum again. Just on the halfway line is Van Dijk. Joe Gomez. Over to Van Dijk once again. Robertson back to Van Dijk. 5.5 minutes played in the second half. It's still 2-1. A long switch from Van Dijk. Does fire Mane. He's able to chest it down and just lay it off to Robertson again. Finds Mane. In behind to Wijnaldum. What a ball in the box. Pulls it back towards Mane. Strikes it. Blocked by David Luiz and out for another corner. I possibly think Salah got in the way of the strike there for Mane or put him off striking it fully as both players were going for it. Mane did get there first but was definitely put off by Salah running at it as well. But corner taken short, gone to Salah, back to Robertson the taker, tries to find a cross all the way through. I think he looked for the edge of the box but went all the way through to the right hand side to Chamberlain who picks it up. He's going to try and take on Granit Xhaka. Knocks it past him, gets the cross in, straight into the hands of Martinez. Unlucky from Chamberlain, good thinking of trying to burst past Xhaka knowing that he had him for pace. But the cross just wasn't quite up to scratch. And Arsenal have possession once again with the goalkeeper, Emiliano Martinez. And he sends it long, Martinez, looking for Pepe, who I think's on that right wing there, / kind of striker role, can't win his header. And Liverpool just have it back once again. That's what they can't get stuck into. Sending it long and just giving it straight back to Liverpool. They've got to try and keep it, Arsenal. With Arnold. Chamberlain. Try to go around the corner looking for Salah. Kieran Tierney will get there ahead of Salah and shield it away for a goal kick. Great play from the Scotsman against the Egyptian. And it stays at 2-1. But Kieran Tierney, fantastic players from the restart. He's had high praise from Arsenal supporters, and rightly so. He's played centre-back and wing-back during the restart. There's a long ball again from Arsenal. Doesn't find the man in red. So Liverpool can regain it with Van Dijk. Gets it out to Robertson on the left. Wijnaldum. Back to Robertson inside the Liverpool half. Actually, they've got a lot of time to get that goal and possibly get 2 for the win. To put them 3-2 up, but need to be careful on the counter-attacks that Arsenal can create, because they only had 2 shots in that first half and they both went in. Fabinho to Van Dijk. Still inside the Liverpool half. They're just knocking the ball around. Robertson tries to go down the line to Mane. Well intercepted by Cedric. Out for a throw-in for Liverpool. They've come out with asserting dominance, Liverpool. You can't take that away from them. They've not just, gone, oh, we're losing, let's, doesn't matter anyway. They've gone, we want to win this game. As Van Dijk sprays it to Arnold down the right. Can he bring it down? Does so. And does get a cross into Salah. Needs to get a shot away. Pokes it towards goal. It's a great save from Emi Martinez. And Liverpool are getting that very little closer to a goal. Arnold brought it down. Was able to swivel and get the cross in. Beat Tierney the cross. And got to Salah. Nice skill to sit down David Luiz. Tries to poke it upwards to goal. But Martinez was able to dive high enough to tip it over the bar for a corner, and that corner's been taken towards Van Dijk, goes over his head but finds Wijnaldum, lays it off to I think that was Robertson, and you could tell that was his right foot, balloons it over and wide, and Arsenal once again can breathe with a goal kick. Positive though from Liverpool. They do look like they're going to be the next team to score, but with the mistakes they've made for the 2 goals for Arsenal, that may not mean much. She gifted to Arsenal on a plate, the 2 goals. One from Van Dijk and one from Alisson. Goal kick sent long again towards Pepe. Gomez wins it, but only as far as Xhaka. Gets it to Pepe. Saka down the left. Tries to go over the top looking for Lacazette. Fabinho gets there and pulls down. Gets pulled down by Lacazette. And it's a free kick for Liverpool in the end. Taken by Arnold and gets it to Gomez on the edge of the Liverpool box. Finds Van Dijk. Gomez. Sorry. Down the line towards Salah on the halfway line. Met by Kieran Tierney, and he strikes the ball at the chest of Salah and wins the throw-in himself. Good play from Kieran Tierney. Double substitution will be made here for Arsenal. Joe Willock and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang with the 2 players to come on as Tierney has it and heads it down the line to Saka, who heads it down towards Pepe. Can't keep the ball for Arsenal, and Fabinho sends it along towards Firmino. Xhaka wins it, and it's a free kick for Liverpool as he just got ahead of him the ball, and I think it's Torreira who went in for Wijnaldum in the end to concede the free kick. Yeah, if we can try and get to 393 subscribers by the end of the stream, that would be fantastic. And Ceballos, it looks like it'll be a triple change for Arsenal. Ceballos has just sneaked into the back there to come on. Interesting to see who he takes off. Number 11 will be one of the players to be taken off for Arsenal. So Lucas Torreira, who is on a yellow card, will be taken off. The Uruguayan, straight swap for Dani Ceballos. I don't know if that'll be the only change they make right now. Lacazette will also come off. I think that'll be another straight swap for Aubameyang. I'm not sure. Willock's gone on. And then also Reece Nelson is off. Scored the goal and caused the Van Dijk mistake. He's off and he's replaced by Aubameyang. So we'll see what positions they will all take. So Aubameyang goes on the right for now, Pepe on the left, and Willock up front, probably as like a pressing forward, just to have energy up front, just to press that Liverpool back line. As Fabinho has it on the right on the halfway. Finds Arnold, dinks it down the line in the box to Firmino, heads it backwards, looking for Salah, intercepted by Ceballos, but fortunately falls back to the Brazilian, and goes to the edge of the box to Chamberlain, back to Firmino. Fabinho. Gomez to Van Dijk on the halfway. Clips it to the right, looking for Arnold. Straight to his feet, and Arnold brings it down. Looking for a ball inside and finds Salah. Tries to complete a 1-2. Couldn't quite do so. Falls to Saka in the end, and he has to deal with this ball and clear it. He's got pressured by Mohamed Salah. He's able to clear it only as far as Gomez, who gets it to Van Dijk, his centre-back partner. Robertson. Gini Wijnaldum. Joe Gomez. It'd be interesting to see how long Arsenal can stick at 2-1. Because it is all Liverpool and Arsenal can't keep the ball. So I think eventually they will be brought down. And I feel like the defensive Arsenal will concede again. But we'll have to see if Liverpool create those clear-cut chances with Chamberlain on the ball. To Arnold inside the Arsenal half. Goes inside to Firmino. Drops very deep for the ball. Completes a 1-2 with Arnold. And he gets it to Van Dijk. He's got Robertson to his left. He's got Fabinho next to him and he'll use him. Fabinho over to Arnold. Dinks in a ball towards Wijnaldum, who wins the header over the bar. Good little cheeky dinked ball there by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good running by Wijnaldum. Isn't the tallest, but won the header ahead of Rob Holding. Good leap from the Dutch international, but no direction on his header at all. And with half an hour plus added on time to go, we are still at 2-1. With Minamino looking to be brought onto the stage for Liverpool. There's 9 of you here. Surely one of you aren't subscribed. So make sure you are that one to subscribe. If you're not, it just helps me out massively. And I do commentaries twice every week with 2 Football Manager videos alongside it. As Liverpool have it around the back, Robertson just able to keep onto it. Gets it to Wijnaldum, shields it away from Aubameyang, and sprays it right to Gomez. Adam McLivney, do you think Edouard will stay at Celtic for 10 in a row? I'm a Celtic fan, so I want him to stay to shush them Rangers fans. Obviously, he's been linked to the Premier League, and I think that'd be a great step up for Edouard, because I have watched him in the Europa League many times. As I've never been really impressed. I think against Copenhagen I think Copenhagen you got knocked out by, but that first leg away, he played really well. I think if the offer's there for him to go to a big Premier League club, I don't think he'll turn it down. But if no one really shows big interest, I'm sure he'll stay and want to do that 10 in a row, because that will be a massive, massive, success for Celtic to get such a big, win over their massive, massive rivals. I love Celtic v Rangers. The games, they're fantastic. Probably one of my favourite games outside the Premier League. So, if no one shows real interest, I think he'll stay. But if maybe there's a good offer in from a Prem team, he might be like, look, I want to go and challenge myself, which is fair enough because he's definitely Premier League quality, Edouard. As it's Wijnaldum. Wins it from the throw-in from Trent. Gets all the way back to Virgil van Dijk. Looks over towards Robertson. Keita, who's come on as a substitute for Chamberlain. Looks like Firmino has also been replaced. For Minamino, looks like he's playing that central role. So yeah, Firmino, Chamberlain off, Minamino, Naby Keita on. There's a ball down the line by Trent, finds Tierney's head, but it falls to Wijnaldum, tries to get into Minamino, can't get it from under his feet. Cleared by Arsenal, Joe Willock and Pepe get it mixed up, and Liverpool had the ball back, and it's Keita who can spin. And find Mane, who's had to drop deep for the ball, gets it to Robertson. A full wall of red shirts defending this Arsenal lead. Mane, nice ball inside to Minamino, lets it run and strikes it across goal, wide of the post. Not far away from Minamino. We'll be looking to break into this Liverpool team if possible. Could have done with a nice goal there, but not too far away. Just snaked it wide. I'm going to cry if we sign Joe Hart. I don't want him. He used to be one of the best goalkeepers, the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Yes, that might have been about 6-7 years ago, but still, yeah, I don't know. He's a good. When I've watched him of late at Burnley, he hasn't been great. But I think if he gets to a team that have confidence in him, I think he'll be a great keeper. So you just have to see if you give him confidence, he'll I don't know. I think he'll react to it very well. I think he'll put performances in, but it just all depends how he gets treated at the club he goes to. If he gets games and they have faith in him, I'm sure he'll perform. So Minamino has it for Liverpool as they won a free kick from the goal kick that Arsenal had. And I think they've just given another free kick away with David Luiz on Minamino, bringing him down. But if you aren't subbed, please do. It does help. Commentary tomorrow as well. Big commentary. Massive for the Premier League. Like I said at half-time, if Liverpool do not win this game, they cannot break Manchester City's point record. The best they can do is level it, as they would be on 90. Am I saying that right? No, hold on. The ball's been whipped in towards Van Dijk, headed away by Xhaka for a corner. Yeah, so if they draw this game, then they can only draw level on points with City with that 100. If they lose, they cannot get the 100 points. The best they can get is 99. So Liverpool will at least want to draw from it to try and at least match those City points that they got in 2017-18. Trent Alexander-Arnold gets the corner in towards the near post, headed away by Joe Willock. As far as Joe Gomez gets it to the left to Robertson. Will he go back towards Arnold, the corner taker? No, he'll take it on himself and dink it towards Salah on the right. Will be able to keep it in. Well done from the Egyptian. Finds Naby Keita, takes on Aubameyang. Can he get a dinked crossing? Poor on his weak foot, but heads it straight to Minamino on the edge. Dinks it towards Mo Salah, brings it down. Tierney's able to shield it. And out for a goal kick. Good defending, 25 minutes to go. Still Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. Our goalkeepers, coaches are really good. We got Forster back to good form. So if we can get him back to his good form, that would be a good signing. Yeah, exactly. Forster was stuck on the Southampton bench, not getting any games, goes to Celtic, and that cup final that he played against Rangers was absolutely heroic by him. It was meant like I didn't watch the game live because I don't think I had access to the game, but I watched the highlights and his goalkeeping that day, penalty save and everything, unbelievable. So you could do the same with Joe Hart, you just never know. As Minamino has it on the halfway line for Liverpool, does find Wijnaldum despite being dispossessed. Joe Gomez brings it forward and finds Naby Keita. Turns, Who will he pass it to? Takes on 2-3 Arsenal men and gets it to Minamino. And he enters the box, tries to turn, tackled by Xhaka and cleared away by Ceballos, looking for Pepe on the left. Good header from Joe Gomez to nod it down to Van Dijk to cancel any kind of attack that could have been on the way for Arsenal. Keita to Trent Alexander-Arnold, inside to Minamino, met by Ceballos, is able to turn and lay it off to Fabinho in the centre circle, gets it to the left to Robertson. Not got many options, Robertson has to turn back again to Fabinho. Van Dijk, Fabinho. Mane, good, nice pass into Robertson, and he gets the ball back from him on the edge of the box on the left, inside the box now. Can he get a cross in? Does so, deflected. Corner kick for Liverpool. They're really mounting this pressure on now, wanting this point if possible. Takes it short to Mane, does Robertson. Mane tries to take on Cedric and does so. And Ceballos on the edge of the box, lays it off to Arnold. Back to Mane, takes a touch, flashes it across goal. Holding hooks it away. Always fires Van Dijk. It gets to Minamino in the end. And no offside, and he felt like he was getting pulled down, and no penalty. And the goalkeeper for Arsenal has the ball. Van Dijk is furious with it. See what happens here. So Mane got it back from Arnold, gets it across goal. Holding got a toe to it. Van Dijk hit it, deflected off an Arsenal man, straight to Minamino, who's closed down by Tierney. I think they're asking for a pull or a push on Minamino as he tried to strike it. No penalty in it for me. And Arsenal have defended that well to a certain degree, as they've just avoided conceding the goal. It wasn't a penalty kick for me, as Minamino did get it very fortunately, by the way, with the deflection. As Arsenal have a free kick here. Holding stuck it to David Luiz. You really feel Arsenal are finding a grip with this three at the back formation in the summer with the right signings. I think the system could work really well for Mikel Arteta. I think it's just the quality they've got isn't giving it much justice in certain games, like the Tottenham game, where they did lose. But the system, I think, with better players, I think it'll be fantastic. As Wijnaldum has it for Liverpool on the halfway. Arsenal again losing possession of the ball. They've just got no real outlet, especially when you're playing Joe Willock up front as well as like a pressing forward. It's just not really working for Arsenal. Robertson to Keita. Likes to have a run at defenders, Keita. That's what I like about him, and he's done it a few times this game. Lays it off to Mane. Dinked towards Trent Alexander-Arnold. It's forced back to Fabinho. Over to Van Dijk. Robertson. Keita, Robertson into Minamino. Nice ball to Mane on the edge. A little bit of poor control, but he does keep it and pokes it into Minamino on the edge. Wijnaldum, very tight and compact in that attacking area, but they do get it out wide to Robertson. Nice gap found to get it to Keita. Nice feet to keep the ball. And just lays it off to the right of him to Fabinho. Around 30 yards out, he dinks it in the box looking for Trent. Easy catch for Emi Martinez and rolls it out to Xhaka. Gets it to Aubameyang, holds it up. Gets it back to Xhaka, to Ceballos. Nice football from Arsenal. Ceballos tries to get it over to the right. To think to Joe Willock, but Fabinho and Wijnaldum together dispossesses the Spaniard. Trent tries to get it inside to Mane, easily poked away by Holding. All as far as Van Dijk, who brings it out very confidently. Robertson dinks a ball in, Holding heads away. As far as Keita. To Mane. Gets a dinked cross in towards Salah, who heads it downwards straight into the arms of the keeper. Better chance than he thought. I think he realised that the ball was going to be coming to him very late, as he thought Tierney was going to be the one who was able to deal with it, but got over his head and should have really done better with that, Salah, if he knew more about it. Very tame header straight into the hands of Martinez. As another long goal kick's been taken straight over to Van Dijk, and he can just head it back to Alisson. Very, very poor from the goalkeeper here from Arsenal. Not very good distribution. He just keeps finding Liverpool players, as Robertson can break with Mane down the left. In the final third of Arsenal's, it's Mane, lays it off to Robertson in the box. Tackled by Ceballos very nicely. Had to be careful there. And Ceballos can lead an attack for Arsenal. They need another goal to get 2-goal cushion. That will do them the world of good into Pepe inside the Arsenal half, surrounded by Liverpool players, but gets away from them all and lays it off to Cedric. Goes back to his goalkeeper Martinez. Holding right towards the corner flag on the right. Clears it long towards Willett. Can't get on the end of it over his head, and Gomez can take over. Wijnaldum inside to Minamino. Mane down the left. Dangerous area here for Liverpool if he can maybe get past Cedric. 1-on-1. Sadio Mane gets it to Wijnaldum. Flicks into Minamino. Turns, shoots, blocked. And Pepe can bring it out for Arsenal. Skips past Fabinho. Goes past Robertson. Has to take him on again though as he does recover. Takes on Minamino. He's fouled as well on the halfway line. It's going to be a free kick for Arsenal, and I think substitutes will be made as well. But if you haven't subscribed, please do. Let's try and get to 393 subscribers. Please do me so, just help me out so much, because I know someone in this stream right now is not subscribed. I just know 75% of the people who watch my videos and streams aren't subscribed. So please do, do me just a massive favour. We have got your drinks break, actually, not a substitution, sorry. I think it is a drinks break. I forgot they existed, if I'm going to be completely honest. But if you've got anything to say, I know there's 12 of you here, so if you want to put anything, any questions in the chat, and I can answer it now, do it during the commentary as well. I will get round to them when there's a break in play. But we are at the 72nd minute. Can Arsenal hold on? They're defending well. Obviously, against Leicester, they were put down to 10 men, which didn't help their defending, or help them defend that lead, being a man down. We have gained another subscriber, whoever that was. A massive thank you to you. It just helps the stream out so massively when you do subscribe. If we can get to 400 by, I don't know, about 2 or 3 weeks, maybe for the start of the Champions League in about 3 weeks' time, if we can get to 400 by then. So we've got about 4, 5, 6 more streams till then. If we can get another 7, that'll be fantastic. These players have had the drinks break. They'll be coming back out onto the pitch. Obviously, Arsenal had that unbeaten year in 2004, 26 wins, 12 draws. Liverpool wasn't quite able to pull off the same feat as Arsenal. Adam Lallana, Celtic is a free agent. Well, if he is a free agent and he's not been given a new contract for Liverpool, then I think that's a decent signing for Celtic if they can make it. I think he's still a decent player. Is he Liverpool level? No. But, I think he's still able to play at the top level. As we've restarted with Robertson looking for Minamino and behind over his head, and to Emi Martinez it goes into his hands, the Arsenal goalkeeper. But yeah, make sure you check out my Football Manager playlist in the description. A new episode out tomorrow. It's a massive episode. You really don't want to miss it. It's episode, I think, 16 or 15. Another subscriber, thank you. Massive. You don't understand how much a subscription helps. Even one, it just helps out so much. Keep going. I enjoy your commentary. Thank you, Leon Dale. They're usually a bit better with stats, but I've got no notes because I was supposed to do yesterday's game, Chelsea-Norwich, and the OBS crashed. This is kind of a last-minute kind of scheduled stream. But tomorrow, it'll be a much better commentary with loads of stats coming your way and notes, and it'll be just a lot better. But thank you for everyone who's here today. As Mane does have it down the left, surrounded by 2 Arsenal players, but does get the corner out of it in the end, Mane. I think came off Cedric in the end. But yeah, those 2 subscribers, it just helps so much. It does make me happy when I get a subscriber. Did start my channel in, I think it was 2015, and yeah, did it when I did like vlogs and match tack videos and like FIFA and all that, and then got rid of the videos. Robertson gets a crossing from the corner towards Van Dijk, heads it well wide of the post, wasn't able to get a firm header on it in the end, and it will be a goal kick. But yeah, and then so I got about 270 subscribers from that, and then I left my channel for about 2 years and when I want to be a commentator when I'm older, so let's start a YouTube channel. I thought, I already have a channel with 270 subscribers, why not take that on and just change it? And obviously we've gained about 130 subscribers from commentaries since August, and I've nearly been doing this for like a year, obviously with a 3-month break, but I did do podcasts during that time, and I did have a 2-month break in, I think around October, November, because I got copyright struck for no reason. happened and they didn't tell me why. I was like, nice. Cedric is going to be replaced by Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He said he wants to move away from Arsenal for first-team football. We would offer him Champions League football or guaranteed Europa. Exactly. So I think that'd be a good move for Lallana, because he's a good player, but injuries and not many first-team appearances has held him back. As Martinez takes that goal kick from the Van Dijk header and finds Aubameyang, who is able to flick it on towards Pepe. Alisson gets there as Van Dijk does shield Pepe away from the ball, and Robertson can bring it forward in the left. Finds Keita. Takes on Willock very nicely. And he's going to look in behind for Mane. Header won by Holding into Ceballos. Maitland-Niles into Willock. Nice touch, but good tackle from Fabinho to win it back for Liverpool. Scrap in the midfield and Arsenal win it back after a poor layoff from Fabinho, and Xhaka can set off Saka. Keeps it in, but can't find Aubameyang down the line. A little bit of a misunderstanding there. And he does concede the throw-in for Liverpool. Inside the Liverpool half, though, they take it quickly. And Alisson with a dodgy touch does get it out of his feet and out to Robertson in the end, but was pressed by Pepe. Got away with that one, Alisson, but Robertson can bring it forward. Minamino. Keita. Sadio Mane. Just on the edge of the centre circle is Fabinho. Is Keita, finds Minamino inside, it poked towards the goalkeeper by Xhaka. He's intercepted, and they were complaining for a pass back, but he literally lunged himself and poked it away. Obviously not a back pass at all. Xhaka's gone down with an injury on the top of his I think his knee he's rubbing, or his thigh, I'm not quite sure. But he got there, Fabinho got it to Keita, and he was looking inside, I'm not sure who for. I think it was for Salah, not Minamino, and he just struck a leg out Xhaka and got there ahead of Salah, who's running onto it, and just got it to the goalkeeper. Not a pass back, so right decision from the ref not to give it. But Xhaka has gone down here. He may have just overstretched when trying to get that ball, which looks like it did happen. But yeah, now if we can hit 395 before the end of the stream, now that would be like a massive turn for the stream. That would be fantastic. But yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but tomorrow it's such a big game for both teams. Like in terms of the top four, that could literally change the whole perspective of the top four, and especially with this win as well as Arsenal try to get into contention for a top six finish as well. Martinez will take the kick and will go long, looking for Aubameyang. Flicks on once again, looking for Joe Willock, again shielded away by Van Dijk, and Alisson picks it up and throws it to Robertson once again down this left. Andy Robertson inside to Minamino, has come deep for the ball. Firmino style, that is. Robertson back to Fabinho. Van Dijk. Fabinho again. Just inside the Liverpool half. Van Dijk obviously gave away that first goal to Lacazette, and Alisson did the same for Reece Nelson's goal in the first half. Just silly mistakes playing out from the back. Robertson to Naby Keita. Over to Joe Gomez. Trent. Salah inside to Keita again. Trent over to Fabinho. He's got space on the left here with Mane and Robertson. It's Mane who does take up the ball just on the edge of the box. Can he find his way in the box? He's doubled up by Pepe and Maitland-Niles, but does go to Robertson inside to Minamino. Minamino keeps it on this left. Can they do anything with it? Back out to the edge of the box to Fabinho. Oh, backwards to Van Dijk. They're struggling here, Liverpool, to find a way through. Obviously, very resolute defending here from Arsenal. Mane on the left, taking on Pepe. Goes to behind him, to Keita. Dinks it into Arnold, first time cross on the half volley, headed away by Tierney. Corner, or I thought it was going to be a corner, but an offside decision given by the linesman. I think he got an earful from Trent saying it was a wrong decision, and he kind of shocked by the words that came out of Arnold's mouth there, kind of felt they were not needed from his facial expression. Xherdan Shaqiri, 2 years ago today, signed for Liverpool, will be entering the field. Can he be the one to unlock this defence? And Divock Origi as well will also be coming on for Liverpool. Martinez takes that free kick towards Aubameyang, wins the header again towards Willock. Van Dijk gets there first though, but that header goes to Xhaka, and Saka can try and send away Aubameyang. Good defending from Gomez, but a poor pass from Gomez, and it's intercepted by Xhaka. Poor challenge from the Swiss, left a little one on Keita, and it will be a yellow card for Granit Xhaka, the former Arsenal captain. Poor ball from Gomez, way too short for Keita. Xhaka went in, slid in, stood showing, caught Keita, and rightly given as a free kick. Good intentions from Xhaka, try to get the ball, but just couldn't quite get there first in the end. 9th booking for Xhaka. Van Dijk. 9 minutes to go, plus added on time. Joe Gomez has it. Switches it. He looks for Mane and he brings it down. And he keeps going on the edge. Lays it off to Wijnaldum. Can he get a shot away? He does so. Deflected all the way to the Arsenal goalkeeper in the end. And he picks it up. Good defending though from Arsenal. They couldn't hold on against Leicester, but that was with a man less. Can they do it this time against the current champions of England? Be 2 games on the bounce without a win for Liverpool if they fail to pick up 2 goals. Because obviously they drew against Burnley. A long kick from Martinez comes off Pepe out for a throw, and he's questioning the linesman's decision with that. He thought it was going to be an Arsenal throw, but here comes a doubles change of Divock Origi and Xherdan Shaqiri. Interested to see who comes off. If it's Mane and not Salah, it is Salah who comes off, rightly so. It's usually Mane who comes off, but Salah rightly so being subbed, and Wijnaldum. Mo Salah not good enough today. So Shaqiri will probably come on the right, or enter the pitch onto the right, and Origi will, I'm presuming, will go on the left maybe, and Mane up front. We'll just have to see as the throw-in's been taken. Robertson clears it. Aubameyang tries to win a head on. A flick on. Arnold sends it down the line towards Origi. Only as far as Saka. Arnold to Keita. Looks like they may have gone 2 up front here, Liverpool, with Mane and Origi. Switches it to Shaqiri, brings it down nicely. To Arnold, first time ball, Luiz deals with it in the end. Towards Willock, can't bring it down. Is able to get it through to Arnold there, Joe Gomez. Good defending. Trent's there. Inside to Origi on the edge. Tackled by Ceballos and handles the ball there, expecting the free kick. The free kick's gone the other way. Klopp smiles, but seemed like it wasn't a foul by any of the Arsenal players there, so went down a little soft there, Origi. Looks like players do when they go down, they like to grab onto the ball, but wrong time to do that then. Origi. Looks like Bellerin was going to come on, but he's been told to put his jacket back on. It'll be Kolasinac instead, who made that mistake for the Son goal on Sunday in the North London derby. Dropped for tonight's game. Van Dijk. Over to Robertson. Only 6 minutes to go for Liverpool to try and maybe forge an equaliser, not even to get the win here. Mane down the left-hand side to Keita. Tries to complete a 1-2. Way too much on it from Keita. And out for a goal kick. Good defending from Arsenal throughout the second half. And Liverpool really struggled tonight. Could this be the start of how teams may be starting to figure out how Liverpool play? Happened to City as well. They had a season or two of dominance, and then the way they play was sussed out. And obviously, as you can see, City have really struggled in the league this season, especially for losses. You know, losing 9 games is not a City team, or not a stat that you would usually, link with City. As a goal kick from Martinez will be taken. Kolasinac has come on for Bukayo Saka. So I think he will play the left wing back, and Kieran Tierney will stay as the left centre back of the 3. Virgil van Dijk has it to Keita, who dropped very deep for the ball. And will bring it forward inside the Liverpool half. Finds Robertson just on the cusp of the Arsenal half. Gets a ball around the corner towards Mane. Gets there first ahead of Maitland-Niles. Needs to make the challenge. He doesn't. But the shot from Mane hits the side netting. Caught napping there. Maitland-Niles. Mane got onto the ball around the corner from Robertson looking for his second assist. And Mane's second goal. But his left-footed shot just poked against the side netting at the near post. Maitland-Niles didn't commit a foul, could have brought him down, didn't. And the shot was wide by Mane, and Arsenal have got away with a little scare there. Be a fantastic win for Arsenal. As he sends it long towards Aubameyang, Gomez wins his header. Would be Liverpool's third loss of the season. Obviously 3-0 to Watford, 4-0 to Manchester City, and 2-1 currently to Arsenal. As that header from Arnold, as he's tried to deal with a throw-in's actually gone all the way for a corner in the end. Not quite sure that's what he intended, but it's been conceded anyway. So a good chance for maybe a goal for Arsenal from a corner. Could they maybe recreate Alderweireld's goal that he got in the derby at the weekend, which gave Tottenham those very valuable 3 points? Aubameyang and Ceballos is over the corner. Takes it short to Ceballos. Aubameyang regains the ball. Gets it inside towards Joe Willock. Tries to lay off to Pepe, but Fabinho is able to flick it away. As far as Rob Holding, but I think there was a push in the back by Tierney on Divock Origi. So the foul's been given. And Gomez is stood over the free kick. And gets it over to Van Dijk. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Centre of the pitch, he's bringing it forward. Over to Shaqiri. Left-footed switch, looking for Mane. Will Maitland-Niles win the header? He does so down. As far as Origi hooks it on towards Mane. Hit away by Rob Holding. That was very close. I nearly said... I put flicked and hooked together. That nearly went very wrong. As the throw-in's being taken to Fabinho. Has Keita on the ball. Back out to Fabinho. Has Roberts on the left. Inside to Mane. Inside the final third. Can Liverpool create one big chance to try and salvage even a point from the game? It's a poor pass by Mane towards Gomez. His touches come off the knee of Aubameyang, but Alisson gets there first, and Van Dijk sends it long. Tierney wins the header only as far as Aubameyang. Gomez gets there first. Minamino heads it down only as far as Willock. He's been brought down by Fabinho. Referee says he got the ball, and Liverpool have the possession once again. Shaqiri to Arnold. Headed away by Pepe only as far as Mane. He strikes. Cleared away by Keita. Robertson. Don't know why I said Xhaka there. They're both Swiss. It just got confused in my head there. Keita on the edge of the box does strike an easy save for Martinez. Shot felt like it went in slow motion there from Keita. We're about to hit the 89th minute and we're still 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, Shaqiri and Xhaka both Swiss just got mixed up in my head, and I don't know why. I do apologise, and I don't know why. As Martinez sings it long, looking for Aubameyang, goes for the header, but Gomez wins it only as far as Xhaka. Comes off his head, and Ceballos can keep it in and wins the throw-in as it bounces off Shaqiri. And like I was saying at half-time, answering the question of where do you think Liverpool need to strengthen, I said just depth in general. The players they bring on are nowhere near the level that they have that when they bring off. Like City, they bring off someone, and their replacement is probably equally as good. But with Liverpool, they have to drop so many levels with their substitutes. As Aubameyang has it, flicks it in the box, over towards Willock, who slices it wide. From the throw-in, they've worked it down the left to Aubameyang, hooked it onto him. It was Kolasinac who just headed it onto Aubameyang, was able to flick it in looking for, I think it was for Pepe, but missed him and Robertson and fell to Willock. And just sliced it at the right foot. He just needed to get his foot over the ball, and if he did, could have been a lot more dangerous that for Arsenal, but Liverpool have got away with it. Hit the 90th minute, and it's Keita. Goes inside to Divock Origi. keeps his run going down the left. We've got 5 minutes of additional time. One back nicely from Ceballos. Can't get it down the line. First try, does the second. Pepe can't keep the ball, but he's tackled by Origi, and I think he concedes the throw in, the Belgian striker. Obviously, 2 heroic goals against Barcelona. A heroic goal to finish off that Champions League final against Tottenham. But since then, hasn't really put many memorable performances in for Liverpool. As Minamino's been barged in the back from Ceballos as he goes to win it aerially. Very dangerous from Ceballos. He's booked. Went right through the back of Minamino as they send the big plays forward. Goes in with the elbow, just shoves into the ground near the halfway line. And this is a chance for Liverpool to send their defenders into the box. Taking it short to Trent, and it's a shocking free kick. Tries to, I don't know what they're trying to do. Tries to get it to the Mane on the left, and that was a great chance to get it in the box, and way too much pressure on that pass. And out right straight out for a goal kick. Klopp's not happy with that. I think he's confused himself what his team was trying to do. But before you do leave, as it is very close to full time, make sure you subscribe if you haven't. It just helps me massively. And do leave a like as well. If you don't want to subscribe, just leave a like. That helps even more. Well, doesn't help more, but still gets the channel out there. Three minutes left of the game, or just over 3 minutes left of the game. Martinez sends it long once again, looking for Aubameyang. Does get his flick on. Well, as far as Arnold, he sends it long, looking for Divock Origi up front. Xhaka wins the first header. Luiz wins the second, and he gets it to Kolasinac. Willock down the line to Aubameyang, back heel to Willock, tries to get it into the stride of Aubameyang again. Good defending from Gomez, but Aubameyang was offside in the first place. And Alisson tries to take the free kick quickly, not in the right area, so they have to take it again to Fabinho, and he does so as quick as he can. To Naby Keita. Gets it to the left to Robertson. And as well, this is, if you're not going to subscribe, please put in the chat if the stream quality was okay, because yesterday I had a bit of a mare with it. With Minamino in the box, gets it across, looking for a man in a change strip of Liverpool, but Xhaka is there to clear. Yeah, because I was supposed to commentate yesterday and not today, and OBS crashed. So if you can just at least say if the stream was smooth and everything, that'll just give me a heads up that everything's back to normal. As it switched to Robertson, heads it down, looking for Mane. Maitland-Niles is the one who gets there. Hooked away by Ceballos. Straight back to the defender of Joe Gomez. And with 2 minutes to go, can Arsenal hold on for a massive, precious 3 points? Crossed in, Kieran Tierney heads away. And Jurgen Klopp throws it over Trent Alexander-Arnold and try to quicken the game up. Trent to Shaqiri. Keita gets it to Robertson. It's the last few chances for Liverpool to at least avoid defeat. Mane doubled up. That's what they're doing really well, Arsenal, doubling up on the Liverpool players. Robertson sends it in the box. Luiz wins it. Looks far as Arnold. Gets it behind him to Keita. Arnold, Keita. Over to Robertson deep inside the Arsenal half. A lot of the Liverpool players in it. Gets dinked in the box. Looking for Van Dijk. Heading away. As far as Shaqiri. Does get it to Arnold. Back to Shaqiri. Brings it down. And over to Gomez. We're about to hit the last minute of the game. Mane taking on Pepe. Does so. Can he get in the box? Blocked off by Maitland-Niles. And out for a corner with 50 seconds to go. It's been a superb performance from Arsenal defensively. I think they've only had 2 shots, maybe 3 or 4. And both came from good pressing and pouncing on 2 mistakes from Van Dijk and Alisson. But they need to defend this first. It goes all the way through. Xhaka has to clear as far as another corner. It just bounced in the air there as I think one Arsenal man flew at it, and then Xhaka just had to commit and concede another corner. And they take it short to Robertson. 15 seconds to go. It's Arnold. Strikes from range. Deflection! I think it was tipped behind by Martinez. It's a great save from the Argentine. Or is it a throw-in? No, it's another corner. Arnold's over to take this with the last chance for Liverpool. Deflection. I'm presuming it came off the hand of Martinez as well. Crossed in towards Van Dijk. He rises. Xhaka gets there first. He's still in the air. Origi takes down Kieran Tierney. The ball ends up in the net by Shaqiri, but the ref had already blown for a foul by Divock Origi. And we've played 95 minutes. Tierney's on the ground, and we could be seeing Liverpool's third loss of the season. It's been just an unbelievable defensive performance by Arsenal, despite what they've been criticised of in the past of their defending, and in recent games this has been a really good performance, as Kieran Tierney was just caught in the face. Good finish from Shaqiri, but the ref had already blown the whistle. I don't think Martinez saved that deflected Arnold shot, by the way, as well. I think it just deflected and went wide, and the keeper sends it long, and it's a fantastic victory for Arsenal and Arteta's man. And what a way to go into an FA Cup semi-final by beating the reigning champions, Liverpool. Every single Arsenal player can hold their head high with an unbelievable performance. 2 massive errors from a too composed Van Dijk and a too cool Alisson. And it gives Arsenal the 3 points. But you can't take anything away from the defensive performance, because when they got that lead, they kept hold of it, protected it, and they've come out with a big 3 points. And Liverpool cannot break Manchester City's point record this season. The best they can do is 99, and that is hopefully now showing the people how big and how hard of an achievement that 100-point season was by Manchester City. But it does end here. Liverpool have collapsed at the feet of Arsenal with 2 errors, and it ends Arsenal 2, Liverpool 1. What a game. If you do leave, can you just put in the chat if it was just put stream was smooth, just something like that, just to let me know before you leave for tomorrow. Super commentary and no notes, loved it, cheers. Yeah, usually I do have loads, because I literally use no stats in that game because I literally don't have them with me, but tomorrow will be 10 times better. So yeah, if you just let me know about the stream quality, that'd be fantastic. But what a win for Arsenal, by the way. Lifts them into only 9th, but 1 point behind Sheffield United, who've obviously got to play tomorrow. Commentary here, make sure you check it out. 2 points behind Tottenham, who've played the same amount of games. 3 points behind Wolves, played the same amount of games. And also 6 behind United and Leicester, but they've obviously not played yet. They'll play tomorrow as well. But in terms of Arsenal's late push, just if they hadn't lost that game and even an extra point, that would have put them on 54. And it would have put Tottenham on 53 as well, if you take away the 2 points. So they could have been on level points, Arsenal and Tottenham, but it's not how the game went in the end. No problems with the stream. Good. I'm glad. Yesterday was an absolute nightmare. OBS just went, I'm not going to work. My streaming source I use, and that was not great. But we've made up for it for a commentary tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to end the stream here. Make sure you're here tomorrow. It'll be a very good game. Obviously, Leicester off the back of a 4-1 defeat to the hands of Bournemouth, an embarrassing performance from the Foxes. So they'll be looking to turn it around. No Soyuncu, but hopefully Chilwell and Maddison will be back for that game, if not starting on the bench. But for me, that is the end of the game. Arsenal have held out for a 2-1 victory against the champions, Liverpool. Liverpool looking a little shaky after being named champions. Obviously, after winning the league, yeah, usually slow down, but not very good signs for Liverpool, struggling to break teams down. But after the game, it does end 2-1 Arsenal. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Like and subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you for the next stream tomorrow at 10 to 6. Leicester versus Sheffield United in the race for European football.